Welcome into Steelers Talk. I am your host, Jack Sperry, and today, UDFA Tracker 2024. The Pittsburgh Steelers have announced their undrafted free agents after the conclusion of the 2024 NFL Draft. And today, we're going to be breaking down each player that the Steelers will be bringing in here after this year's NFL Draft. So make sure you click that subscribe button right now because, yes, we're having our undrafted free agency coverage today. But after these signings, the Steelers still left a couple of their roster spots open, their offseason roster spots. I think they have 3 left. So that means that the Steelers, I think, are going to make some acquisitions in regular NFL free agency in the coming days, if not the coming hours. So make sure you click that subscribe button right now, because if they sign Stephon Gilmore, if they sign Tyler Boyd, if they sign another type of player, if they trade for a player, we're going to have breaking news coverage for you guys right here on the channel. Make sure you click that subscribe button to join the over 51,000 subscribers already joining the Steelers Talk family. All right, so now let's start with the quarterback here. John Rhys Plumlee out of UCF. Kind of an interesting journey for Plumlee here. And some people are talking that he could be the next Taysom Hill. All right, there's scouts around the National Football League that think that because of Plumlee's athleticism, he should be moved to wide receiver. Now, when I heard that, I was like, okay, so this is a guy with quarterback experience that's also really athletic. I mean, some people are talking that you could use him in like a Taysom Hill type of role here, and that's definitely something that intrigues me heading into Steelers training camp. We know that Steelers GM Omar Khan and head coach Mike Tomlin have been saying all offseason that they wanted to add another quarterback to the room before training camp. They want to go into camp with 4 quarterbacks. Of course, you have Russell Wilson, you have Justin Fields, you have Kyle Allen, and now you get your 4th quarterback here in John Rhys Plumlee. And out of all the quarterback UDFAs here, I actually like going and getting Plumlee because he might have versatile uses. He might be useful as a wide receiver. He might be useful in kind of a Taysom Hill type of role. I'm definitely excited to see what he can do potentially here as a kind of an offensive weapon if he can develop that skill set for the black and gold. And then speaking of winning players here, so we got a couple players. Roman Wilson from Michigan here from a winning program. Daijun Edwards from Georgia, another player with a winning pedigree here. Running back, I definitely think that this is somebody that could maybe even get a roster spot here with the Pittsburgh Steelers if he has a really good training camp. You do have, of course, Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. That's going to be your kind of duo at the running back position. But what if one of those guys gets hurt? Potentially, Daijun can be somebody that comes in here and is a pretty decent third running back option for you guys. Now, of course, he's going to have to compete with other people for that number 3 running back position. But I think Edwards, coming from the SEC, coming from a winning program there in Georgia, I think that he's kind of used to an NFL-like environment here. So he's going to be coming into camp, I think, as a really strong competitor to potentially make the roster as maybe a third running back option for the black and gold. And then we could get to Beanie Bishop Jr. here out of West Virginia. And I do think that Beanie Bishop is somebody that the Steelers definitely brought in for a top 30 visit. They showed their interest in him, and then when he didn't go in the first 7 rounds of the NFL Draft, that was a quick one for them. They definitely gave that call to Beanie, and he said, you know what, man, you're going to get a camp invite here, and you're going to be on our offseason roster. Tom Downey actually had him ranked 265th overall on his big board, number 37th. Overall corner. So, I could have seen the Steelers take Bishop in the 7th round. I actually thought that might have been the pick, but of course they took Ryan Watts instead. Of course, they still land Bishop here. So he's somebody that's going to be coming in 180 pounds, so he's definitely undersized, especially at 5'9", just over 5'9", so he's kind of smaller. But it's going to be interesting to see where they place Bishop. I'm guessing he's going to be playing in the slot for them during camp, and who knows, maybe Beanie Bishop shows out and maybe he can earn a roster spot here with the black and gold. Now, before we get into the rest of the Steelers UDFAs this year, check out our friends at Mando, and a big shout out to Mando for sponsoring today's edition of Steelers Talk. You can get $5 off their starter pack today when you use code CHAT at shopmando.com. Ditch the soap and step up to the plate with Mando Whole Body Deodorant today. It's developed by a doctor, so this game-changing formula is safe for your entire body and knocks out odor like a champ. Mando is made with mandelic acid, which picks off odor at the source, keeping you fresh for up to 72 hours. Mando is available in solid sticks, invisible cream, body wash, cleaning bars, and deodorant wipes for on-the-go use. Don't let foul balls ruin your game. Switch to Mando and keep your body odor in fair territory by taking advantage of their special offer for new customers of $5 off their best-selling starter pack when you go to shopmando.com and use code CHAT. Guys, this is an example here, a little sample of their bourbon leather body wash. This is something you can get in the starter pack from Mando Whole Body Deodorant. I actually have a whole bottle of this back at my apartment here in Dallas, Texas. I use it every single day. It smells that good, and it keeps you smelling fresh for up to 72 hours. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers because it comes with a solid stick of deodorant, cream tube deodorant, plus 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash, which I highly recommend, by the way, and then also they have their highly rated deodorant wipes, plus free shipping, so there's no reason to not check it out right now. Luckily, I have a discount code to help you get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant on the market today. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code CHAT at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. A big thank you to Mando Whole Body Deodorant for sponsoring today's edition of Steelers Talk. Another UDFA that the Steelers are bringing in here, Julius Welschof. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right here. He was with the Michigan Wolverines, then he transferred to Charlotte. So this is definitely somebody that's going to be coming in here that was a highly recruited guy, not ranked on Tom Downey's big board this year. So definitely somebody that's a UDFA type of dude, but it's definitely going to be somebody here that's coming in here. You know, the edge room is actually doesn't have great depth right now. Of course, you have TJ Watt, you've got Alex Highsmith, you got Nick Herbig, but honestly, that fourth edge spot is definitely up for grabs at this point in the offseason. I would actually expect the Steelers to sign a veteran edge rusher in the coming days to kind of assume that fourth rotational edge rusher role there in this outside linebacker role. But Julius is somebody that's going to be coming in here. He's going to be competing for that spot. He might even compete a little bit for the 5 technique spot, even though 257 pounds might be a little bit much for an outside linebacker. And now the next guy here, Michigan State. Now this is Jacoby Windmon is an edge rusher. He's an outside linebacker. He can play inside as well. He has played both there at Michigan State. And he's somebody that's known for his speed. All right, he tested really, really well at the Combine this year. Known as a speed threat. Okay, so that's something that I like out of UDFAs. I like guys that you get with traits. I want people that can survive, at least in terms of the traits, in the National Football League game. Now, of course, Tom Downey did not have him ranked either in his edge or overall big boards this year. But 235 pounds, I do believe that he's probably going to compete either for the edge spot. He could be another name to add to that list, or he could even be competing for the inside linebacker spot here. If Windmon's going to make the roster, I would say he's probably going to be more of a special teamer, but I really like the speed that he brings to the table. And then somebody that they're bringing in for a tryout, they have not officially signed Trayon Brown, center out of Jacksonville State, but they are bringing him in for a tryout for rookie camp. I expect that we'll hear more of these tryout names come out in the recent hours and days before rookie minicamp here in Pittsburgh. But Trayon, of course, not ranked by Tom Downey on the overall big board this year. 313 pounds. Coming out of Jacksonville State, so obviously kind of a smaller school kind of dude. I guess we'll see how he does in camp and if he can get officially signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers to their 90-man roster. So to recap here, the Steelers UDFAs this year, it's a little bit of a shorter list than in years past. We got John Rhys Plumlee out of UCF. Definitely intrigued by him because he can play quarterback. He might even be able to move to wide receiver, and he might even be in a Taysom Hill role. Daijun Edwards, running back out of Georgia. Very intrigued by him as well to maybe win a third running back spot on this roster. Beanie Bishop Jr., somebody the Steelers showed a lot of interest in at cornerback this year. Undersized, so might be a slot option for the Steelers. Julius Welsha, edge competitor here out of Charlotte. Then Jacoby Windmon, speedy linebacker type out of Michigan State. And then Trayon Brown, the center out of Jacksonville State. Not officially signed, but he's going to be brought in for a rookie minicamp tryout. So now, who's your guy? Let me know down there in the comments section. Which Steelers UDFA are you the most excited about? Now, me, I'm very excited to see John Rhys Plumlee in camp. I can't wait to see how they're using him. I think that you can use him in maybe some pretty creative ways. Maybe he's a special team specialist as well. I think that there's multiple uses for John Rhys Plumlee here on a 53-man roster spot. So I think it's going to be interesting to see his development and if he can make the final 53-man roster. And if he does, I think that you can use him in a multitude of ways. Now, I will say, guys, because you still have open roster spots on the 90-man off-season roster here, I would say watch out for a pretty big move from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, they've restructured Alex Highsmith's contract before the NFL draft to save $7 million in cap space. So they have quite a bit of cap space to work with here, plus a number of roster spots to fill. So I could see them getting an edge rusher. I could see them getting another wide receiver. I could see them getting another cornerback. I could see them even getting another safety. Cough, cough, Justin Simmons, if you can get him for the right price. I do think that the Steelers are probably going to really try to fill up this roster, kind of use their money, use their resources here to try to put the best possible team that they can on the field in 2024 and try to get the 7th Super Bowl championship here for the City of Champions, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right, now make sure you guys click that subscribe button, because if they make a signing, if they make a trade, if they go out and get Cortland Sutton, or if they sign Odell Beckham Jr., if they go out and sign Stephon Gilmore, whatever the case may be, we're going to have you covered with breaking news coverage right here on Steelers Talk. So for wall-to-wall Steelers coverage all throughout the 2024 offseason, and whenever you are, make sure you click that subscribe button right now.